What up, guys? Back in with another video today. I'm going to be talking about what it is like to be an average person in America, and why life is declining, and what's my opinion on it. What do I really think about what's going to happen in the next 5 years, or next 3 to 5 years or so. What do I think is going to happen? What do I just think about the overall life, how overall life is in America. So what I'm going to start with, life for an average person in America, okay, for the person that makes around, 40, 50, 60K, maybe even throw 30K in there, but it's just the 40, 50, 60K range. You make around there, maybe you make 70, whatever, you were more average, all right? That's just, what it is. And you're a slave to the system, okay? You're a slave. And you're becoming more of a slave to the system. That's what I wanted to get out of my mouth. Those are the words I wanted to get out. You are a lot more of a slave to the system than you were before. Nowadays, you cannot do, I'm going to be literally honest. You can't really do shit without a college degree, all right? Or a trade skill, which a trade skill, everybody knows that you don't start off making that whole lot of money. You're going to be starting off $17, $18 an hour, right? And that's it. But it will pay off in the end. If you continue and you work that trade for years and years, and then you get better and better at it, and you get more certified, we go into a journeyman, and then all the way up to, a, what do they call it? A leader, or someone that's basically on the final level of their training. I don't even know what it's called. But you start off as apprentice, then a journeyman, and then finally you are a foreman, I think, or something like that. I forgot. Anyways, we all know we go to college. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing at all is ever guaranteed in life. We all know go to college, you have way more of a chance. A lot of these people who go to college, and they think they're going to get a job right after, like we already have known, but they end up not. They end up not getting into college. They end up not getting a good job. And, some people end up getting, good jobs, some people end up not. But if you're someone that doesn't have a specific skill, woo! Dude, you better be fucking ready for the most for just the most bullshit ass thing you can ask for. If you don't have a skill, you are going to be either working in a restaurant, a grocery store, or a warehouse, okay? Maybe if you're somebody that's more handy, okay, maybe do construction, right? Those are the 4 main jobs that you can work as someone that doesn't have a specific skill or a college degree. Those are the jobs that you will be working. Now, geez. Now, we all know what those jobs pay. We all know. And let me tell you, none of those jobs are going to satisfy your life no more. And you could even say that maybe 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years, you could even said that then. Whatever. Maybe you could said it fucking, 20 years ago. You could have even said it, working in a grocery store, working in a warehouse, or doing, I can't say construction, but where people would say, warehouses, you could get paid up to $25, up to even $30 an hour at a warehouse, just on regular pay, not even working overtime. You can get that kind of pay. Yes, you can get 25 up to 20, between $25 and $30 an hour, but that's if you're doing forklift, or if you're with a very big company, where you've moved up ranks. Because most warehouses, you might start off, they might start you off at 18, 17, but what are you going to do then? That's why the warehouse is not really meant for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't really, some people move up in it, but a lot of people don't. And it's just looking at it almost like, why not go to school? Why not get an education? And that's whoa! And it's raining right now, but that's the biggest part. Dude, I just hit a small puddle of water. But that's the biggest thing, is choosing your education. Because I'm telling you right now, the way that you feel as a person, if you work these kind of jobs, you're not going to feel really good, because you're not going to be able to move up. You're not going to be able to do anything different. You're not going to just be able to get on your feet. You're going to have a boring ass life, slaving away. You can't tell me that you're not going to be slaving away for your whole entire life if you don't have... Oh, man, it sucks, man. You know, they got these walls around you where, you know, you feel like you can't break free. You know, like you can't just live a life that has more freedom. You know, what you need, right? We need money for freedom, right? Money's the main resource. And when you just procrastinate and put that time off, you're going to feel, I'm telling you right now, I'm 23 right now, I'm 23. You're going to feel way, way, way worse about what your life is going to be like. You know, because if you're some single guy that doesn't have like a career going from, which is the main thing that just, we all know in life, like our work, what we did is what kept us alive. It's what kept us, it's what we have always been doing to survive. And, you know, I just feel like a dumbass, you know, I feel like a fucking idiot. I just feel like a fucking retard, you know, because I feel like I failed at life. And, you know, my job I was doing before, I was working in a restaurant. We all know restaurants don't pay much. You know, we all know that making bottom feeder money, you're making like 30 grand a year. If you're fucking after tax, like, you know, and, you know, it just sucks. I just feel like life in America now is bullshit. And, you know, I want to get on to the economic stuff. We all know that price of living is overpriced, man. It's overpriced. It's a lot. It's, you got to make some serious money now. You got to make some serious money. Just, you're not going to be able to live a decent life, you know, if you don't have anything going for yourself. Don't expect other people to do shit for you. That's all I got to say. Don't like expect people to be like just be there for you because you're down and out, you know, and you're not in a good situation financially because you didn't choose to get an education. You lost your job or ran out of money, and then you have nowhere to go. That's what I think too about that kind of stuff, you know, just being poor, you know. And I just hate saying, you know, I hate saying like, you know, I'm poor. I hate saying that, you know, like I'm someone that's just like this fucking like bottom feeder motherfucker, dude. I don't know, but that's how you're gonna feel now in America. You're gonna be working the most physical. You're gonna be working physical labor jobs. You're gonna be working shit ass jobs if you don't get an education, because it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse until you literally, your fucking body starts to deteriorate. It's just, it's so bad. I mean, like, even the community in America is fucking horrendous, man. I mean, if you're someone's like Christian or whatever, you're Catholic or whatever that you are, go to church. That's one way to, you know, find good people. I will say this. It is a big step, but anything is really like doing anything like that, it's a big step. I don't know, if you just feel like life sucks now, you know, because everything's overpriced. You know, no one really wants to do anything. You know, nobody really has their own house, and if they, you know, and fuck you, you know, and it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. You know, like, I'm really not happy with the way things are anymore in America. I want to change. Well, I know I need to change my life and get a career. I know I need to do those things, but it's just so hard to like just do them because it's trying to figure out what you want to do. And another thing too, I'm gonna finish up here. Look, man, things aren't really getting better in America. You know, I thought about getting into computers, maybe some kind of programming, knowing how to program websites and stuff. Ugh, look at me, you sound like I don't know shit. I don't know. I just feel like I've been left behind, you know? I feel like I've been left behind. I feel like I've just been someone that's just like, you know, I feel like I've just been, I left behind as a person, you know, and I know, like I said, you know, I need to find a career to make more money. I get it. Like, I got shit I got to fix myself, you know, but there's a lot of stuff in America that just aren't, in other places all over the world, that's just, it's getting worse. It's not getting easier. It's not. You're someone that's uneducated. You're just going to look like a fucking fool. You're going to look like a special ed idiot. Like, you're going to look like, you know, that's why a lot of people go on SSI and stuff, because they don't know how to do anything. Or, you know, they can't keep a job, or, you know, they don't make enough money to where it's really possible to go on their own, and then they live in a room. It's just, you know, shit like that. Stuff like that, you know, and they can't do much, you know, and then they're stuck. And then, what the fuck's it called? You just look like a fucking fool, and then you know, it affects your mental health and all that stuff. I'm just telling you right now, if you want to have at least a fighting chance anymore in America, get yourself a good education. Get yourself an education in something that you know will make you money, you know, just something you could do with. Do it. Because if you don't, you're asking to get fucked in the ass, like, literally. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm going to go. I've been babbling. I'm going to go to the gym here real quick before it closes. Anyways, y'all, peace out. I hope to, you know, see some of the comments that you guys have. Share this video if you can. I'll try to come back with more of these videos at some point. But peace out, y'all. Take care.